Guys, if you enjoy these videos, please take a second and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it really helps out. Thanks. I'm Shannon Thrasher, and this is 30-Second Tactics. Before we get started, I just want to draw attention to the camera that this rifle is unloaded, no magazine, empty chamber, and it's got a chamber flag in it because I'm going to be pointing it generally toward my cameraman, but not at my cameraman when I demonstrate some positions. So, always safe, right? So, today we're going to talk about high port, low port, low ready, different things, whatever you want to call the positions, why I think some of them are better than others, and why none of them are never the right answer. Of course, always we want to be pointing our rifle in a safe direction. That goes with any firearm, okay? A lot of times what you'll see, cops holding, this is, like a low port. This is not a ready for action position at all. This is basically, just hanging out on the range or hanging out on a call, waiting for something to go down, right? We're not really ready to do anything at this position except keep the gun off the ground. Where if you might have, a low ready type position where it's shouldered, you're ready, but the gun's down out of your way, so you're totally watching the scene and the suspect and everything, and if you need to come up, it's that quick, okay? I like this for 90% of what we're doing. Something else you'll see is the high port. This is real popular with like the tier 1 guys, Navy SEALs and all that kind of stuff. You'll see that. I'm not saying this is never a good idea, and there are some times it is a good idea. One of the problems I have with this and why I think the military gets away with it more than law enforcement is, okay, if I'm doing this right here, you see the rifle is obstructing my view. So I can see my cameraman, but maybe I can't see his hands. Where if I'm at a low ready, low port, what do you want to call it, like this, I can see his hands. Okay, in the military, and I'm just going to go off the side a little bit here because I don't want to point at my camera. In the military, I see a guy, boom, I can shoot him, right? Based on rules of engagement. Law enforcement, just because I see the guy doesn't mean I can shoot him. Just because he has a gun doesn't mean I can shoot him, right? He's got a gun in his waistband. If he's not reaching for it, if he's cooperating, doing what I tell him, I'm not going to shoot him, right? But maybe we can't even see his hands when we're up here like this, okay? Now, you'll notice, where's the stock? Is it in my shoulder? Am I ready to fire? No. Now, I can get up there pretty quick, especially if this is a position you practice a lot, versus, but when you're down here, it's already in your shoulder. So, it's a little bit quicker, in my opinion. Again, you can practice this. I'm not saying this is a bad idea all the time. Now, when might this be a good position? Well, let's say we're walking through the woods looking for some guy, and it's a lot of heavy brush and stuff. If your muzzle's down here, every time you hit a branch or something, it's going to push that muzzle towards your feet, right, where we don't want it. Okay? If it's up here and it gets pushed in, big deal. It's just pushing past your head, or worst case, into your face, but the muzzle's above your head, right? So that might be a good idea. What's something else cops don't want to do, don't hope they never have to do, but need to train to do? Active shooter, right? So we're running down a hallway in a school, and there's kids running past us, and there's kids laying on the ground, there may be some kids shot on the ground. Do we want to be running down the hallway with our muzzle facing down where all the kids are? Or maybe this is a good position at that point, right? Running down the hallway, if a kid runs in front of you, runs past you, whatever, you're pointing up, okay? A lot of us on the range get this mentality that pointing down is always a safe direction because the bullet's going to bury itself in the dirt. Well, most schools we're going to be running through, it's tile floor, under the tile is concrete. That bullet is not going to get buried. That bullet's going to, if it doesn't hit someone directly, it's going to go ricocheting off and hit somebody, right? So in that case, up might be the safer position. Now, as far as, like I said, as far as deploying it, like we talked about, this is not a position. This is just, chill arms or whatever you want to call it. This is not ready for action. But, between this, boom, and this, and again, if you practice it, I don't think high port's any slower. I'm going to shoot a few rounds because I hate to do a video on the range with the rifle and not actually shoot. So we'll just run through a couple of rounds from the same position. Not even going to put it on a timer. You guys can watch, see what you think about which one's faster. All right, so again, if this is just standing by. This ain't ready. You're not ready to fight. If you're standing around like this, don't think you're ready for the fight. Okay? But if you're like this, and you're walking down the hall, or you're searching the building, or searching the woods, or whatever, and all you gotta do is come up, right? Now, from here, not a lot slower, do that again. Maybe it is. Again, from a low port. And again, the big difference is getting it shouldered. Now, I mean, in theory, can you shoot it from down here? Sure, you can, but man, good luck with the reliability of that and getting the hits where you want them, right? So when you're talking about precision, especially if you're talking about, an active shooter or something, you're running down the hallway, you look at the bad guy, there he is, get them shots off. So, down and dirty about that. I don't like high port. There are some times when it's absolutely the thing you should be doing. So consider that, train on it, get good with it. You can get at least almost as fast either way. And I hope you never need to use those skills. Guys, that's what I have for you this week. As always, work, train, repeat. Stay safe.